Cloud streaming is becoming more of a real option for gaming right now, and a new video from Digital Foundry is comparing Sony and Microsoft offerings. The 20-minute video, which I recommend you to watch, showcases how PlayStation Plus beats Microsoft XCloud in some key aspects. The report indicates that PS5 streaming provides better image quality for current-gen games, with 4K, HDR, 60fps visuals, plus 5.1, 7.1 and Tempest 3D audio support, while Xbox only does 1080p with a lower bitrate, which leads to a hugely compressed image that is not that detailed for stuff like grass, fire or shadows, as per Digital Foundry's test with A Plague Tale Requiem. One of the reasons for this difference appears to be that despite Microsoft using Series X hardware for its servers, they are streaming Series S versions of games. Going back to the Plague Tale example, Digital Foundry says it maxes out at 900p resolution with 40 to 45 FPS on XCloud. Then another test with Resident Evil 2 also shows that PS Plus Cloud gets a 20 FPS lead over XCloud with high resolution and improved visual settings. PS Plus only leads for current gen games, as PS4 games are limited to 1080p and PS3 games to 720p streams. However, XCloud does have an edge over PS5, and that's in terms of input latency, where Digital Foundry found that PS Plus added over 50 milliseconds of latency in Back 4 Blood, which makes it not ideal for games that require fast reactions. Sony had the cloud option since PS Now, rebranded in June 2022 to PS Plus Premium, with the PS5 streaming option added last October. Since then, the service offers 851 games, with 201 PS5 titles for $18 a month, while XCloud still in beta has 402 games, where 225 are series titles for $17 a month. PS5 also allows the streaming of certain games that you have purchased and are not part of the Plus catalog, and in comparison Xbox limits the streaming options to the Game Pass catalog, but this will be on par later this year. I've used both services in the past and had no issues with either outside of when playing fast reaction games. It's interesting how Sony has really improved the service with their Project Chronos servers, and you can jump on PS5 games with no downloads, and the game performs just as well as it would on the console. It will remain to be seen if quality stays the same once they open PS5 streaming to more devices, which is another thing XCloud has in its favor. As for Microsoft improving XCloud, some fans like Garrett Atkins from Game Pass and PS Plus Tracker believe they haven't upgraded their servers due to the Activision acquisition, as they don't want to look dominant while the FTC is investigating, which makes a ton of sense. Have you played games through streaming via PS Plus or XCloud? What has been your experience? Let us know in the comments. Welcome to Hype for Games. Here are more gaming news that you need to know. For anyone looking for more PlayStation games to play on PC, there's a rumor that we might get a new announcement this week. It comes from Nick Baker from the Xbox Era podcast, who tweeted that he heard we might be getting news about a Ghost of Tsushima PC port on March 5th. Nick Baker is a trusted source in terms of rumors, as he got most of the clues for the recent State of Play right, but he has also gotten some info wrong in the past, so take this one with a grain of salt. Still, a Ghost of Tsushima PC port is long overdue, and I'm not really sure why they have waited this long since the director's cut came out in August 2021. Maybe it just was that Sony gave priority to some of their most popular franchises like God of War and Spider-Man, but with a Ghost of Tsushima sequel and movie in the way, now they need to expand that fanbase. Would you play Ghost of Tsushima for the first time or double dip on PC? Share with us in the comments. In a similar situation, we have the sequel to a popular PS Vita title that may be getting a PS5 and PC remaster later this year. We're talking about Gravity Rush 2 Remastered, which was released for PS4 on January 2017, and according to the rumor it could have a summer release with a PC launch later. The game may have a proper photo mode and cut the online content, which players may now get from a side quest. The source of this rumor is user Orange on the Team Alua Gravity Rush server, and apparently they got a couple of things Gravity Rush related right in the past, including the movie starting production and the clip being shown at CES. Still, same as with the Ghost rumor, take it with a grain of salt. Would you be interested in a Gravity Rush 2 remaster for PS5 and PC? Let us know in the comments. Moving on, Insider Gaming has more details on the upcoming Assassin's Creed Red engine and some of its mechanics such as base building and combat. The outlet previously reported that the game will have two protagonists named Naoi and Yasuki, when it launches as the next mainline AC game and part of the Infinity Hub. Ubisoft is reworking the Anvil engine into a newly evolved version dubbed Anvil Pipeline, allowing the many studios in the series to collaborate easily. In terms of graphical features, it will have virtual geometry and ray-traced global illumination, but the engine overhaul also means they have completely changed everything else, like animations, parkour, and weather. As for combat, it will be similar to Valhalla but gorier with blood and decapitations. Besides that, the stealth will still play a major role, with you being able to hide in tall grass as in previous games, but also extinguish torches to hide in the dark, and go prone similar to Splinter Cell. Insider Gaming also got some footage on their anonymity that shows a major evolution to the Valhalla settlements, now dubbed as hideouts. In there you will be able to build different areas like an armory, dojo and other places fully customizable, from its location to its roof and interiors, where you can display weapons and armor. We should learn more about Assassin's Creed Red later in the year, as Ubisoft prepares for the game's launch by March 2025, likely this holiday season. Are you looking forward to AC Red? What do you think of these gameplay rumors? Voice your opinion in the comments below. Another game that may arrive later this year is the latest entry in the Dragon Age series with Dreadwolf, according to insider Jeff Grubb. Grubb spoke about the game in his latest episode of the Game Mess podcast, indicating that the last he heard was that the game will be released this year. Grubb added that it appears that Bioware is pretty confident about that, and internally they expect it this year, but it's not a guarantee as it could slip. Bioware started working on Dreadwolf in 2015, with its official reveal in 2020. It has faced many delays, but the studio said last December they would be properly revealing it this summer. Here's hoping it goes well for Bioware, which has been in a high pressure state for a long time now. And those are the PlayStation stories for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below, give this video a thumbs up or down to let me know your feedback, check out more content you may like as well, such as upcoming PS4 and PS5 games this month, and subscribe for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hyper Games, and I'll see you on the next one.